this afternoon from Deauville. Our domestic action in Britain gets underway tomorrow, of course, behind closed doors at Newcastle, and also returning Tote 10 to follow competition, which is interesting because the winner of the jumps 10 to follow won £177,000. I bet you didn't know that. That was Richard Hutchinson from Ipswich. Well done to him. £177,000 to the winner. What you might not know is that there was a celebrity competition for the Tote jumps 10 to follow, won by Davy Russell, who joins me on the line right now. Hello, Davy.
Hi, Sean. How are you?
Good effort. You won the celebrity Tote 10 to follow competition. I bet they didn't give you 170 grand.
No, but they did give me quite a substantial amount of money for charity. So, you know, every cloud has a silver lining.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All in a good cause. And that was a good effort, actually. We're just going to put up on screen the horses you went with. Some of them, of course, close to you, and others you looked a bit further afield for. Tell me the honest truth, David. Did you spend a lot of time? Did you do all those sort of stats and trends research and to come up with your 10?
Yeah, I went into all the nitty-gritty of it. I'll tell you now, Sean, right? I got great help from a very good man in Bill Elsdale, Square in the Air, from Square in the Air, and we got stuck in, and over a couple of days I reviewed the races at the festival last year, and I came up with them. That was my theory in it anyway.
I tell you what, that's not a bad effort, actually. A couple of days work into that, and a bit of help and analysis and all the rest of it. That's pretty good, actually. I think we'll give you a lot of credit for that. And as I say, some of those will be dear to your heart as well. It seems a long time ago now, doesn't it, the last season's jumps campaign. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get racing again. How's things for you, Davey? You keeping busy? You keeping fit?
Yeah, I've been very busy. Never been so excited about an all-weather meeting in Newcastle in all my life. So really looking forward to you getting back in action and us getting back in action then next week, albeit on the flat, but, you know, it's still racing. So we're really looking forward to it. But, yeah, I've been very busy. We've quite a few broodmares on the farm here, and they all need to be put back in foal and fed, and farm fencing and cows calving and different things like that. So, you know, to be honest, we've been very, very busy, and I started back riding out yesterday. I went up to Gordon's. He's got a good bunch of horses in for a summer campaign, so we started back there riding out yesterday. We worked a few horses yesterday as well, so you know, it's all guns blazing now, leading towards the 22nd for us.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have a date, don't you? I mean, you've got your flat resumption is the 8th, but the jumps won't be too far behind. I think July the earliest for us, and we're waiting to hear more details. What's the feeling out there in Ireland, Dave? Is everyone feeling sort of geared up and ready to go, that you can do all this safely and keep everything under control, as it were? Yeah,
we've been through it, Sean. So we have raced behind closed doors already, and it was very successful. Albeit this pandemic came on us very fast, and we had to pull up. But we did race successfully behind closed doors already, so we're aware of what's ahead of us, and there's very strict guidelines in place. So we're all willing to adhere to all of them, and hopefully we'll get the show on the road and get the whole thing rolling, and help maybe other industries to follow us. Hopefully we'll be a guide for other sports and things to follow on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, key sport in both of our countries, as we know, a big industry and supports a lot of people, and yeah, hopefully we can get things rolling very quickly. I'll ask you about one or two of those horses coming back over the jumps. Before we talk about them, though, Dave, we must talk about Tiger Roll. Of course, there was no Grand National because it would have been in April, and so we didn't get the chance to win 3 in a row. Is it silly for us to keep that dream alive? Because it will still be 3 in a row if he comes and wins next season. What's the story?
Yeah, no, he went off home for his break now, and Michael and Eddie and Gordon spoke, and it looks like they're going to give him another go at it.
Does that keep you going? You excited about that?
Sorry, yeah, I'm very excited about it. Gordon has some marvellous horses there for me to ride, so, you know, and I can't afford to retire, Sean, so, you know, keep going.
Absolutely. Talking of exciting horses that you must be looking forward to let's talk about a few. Envoy Allen, have you seen him recently?
No, I haven't, to be honest. I know he was up. He's on his holidays, and I was talking to Shanine, who looks after him. She said he's after pulling out, and he's after getting good and kicking himself. So he's enjoying his holidays, and there's any number of horses there to come back. There's Gordon has some very talented horses in the yard.
Yeah, he does indeed. You tell me then, David. What apart from Envoy Allen, who you must be excited about him, but what else from Gordon's in particular are you looking forward to?
I suppose we're always dreaming at this time of the year. But I've learned in the past maybe not to get too excited in June. What's going to happen in January? So there's a lot of bridges to be crossed, but all them bumper horses last year are going to go novice hurdling, and the novice hurdlers are either going to go to senior grade or go chasing. So any amount of them. There's a horse conflated there. He's a Yates horse. He was knocking on the door in grade ones, but I think he'll improve dramatically for a fence. There's any number of horses there, and to be pinpointing one or two is probably a bit early for that, but you'd have to just look back on all the novice hurdles last year, and Gordon had horses competitive in them all. So any one of them could step forward and be a top-class novice chaser.
Yeah, they could indeed. They could indeed. Well, we've got you, David. Gold Cup. Just thinking about that and horses for next year. Presenting Percy, in all the sort of fuss about who ran well afterwards, and an Al Boon photo, great success, and all the rest of it. What was your feeling? Where would you have finished in that race? Were you still a player?
It was hard to say. The taps were really starting to be turned on when we bowed out. But look, I was in the thick of things, and we all know that he gets up the hill. So he would have been thereabouts. To where he'd have finished, nobody knows. No,
but we'll never know, of course, the answer to that. In terms of the Tote 10 to follow, which is why we got you on, Davy, obviously, because that's about to kick off for flat fans. You won the celebrity. Are you going to have a go at the flat one? Do you keep an eye across the flat as well?
Oh, I do, very much so. Yeah, I really enjoy the flat racing. That'll be a little bit trickier now to get to find a 2-year-old that's going to get you ahead in that, or the horse that's going to win the Derby. But I wouldn't mind giving it a go. It's very interesting, and I've been looking out at both the charities that I picked now are going to be all the better for it. So I wouldn't mind having another go at it for the charities again. Yeah,
absolutely. £10,000, I think it was, that went to just remind us who your charities were, because some people might be thinking I'd like to support Davy's charities if I have a winner over the next few weeks. Who did the money go to, Davy?
Yeah, I'm actually going to split it. I'm going to split it between the Cleanest Foundation, which is looks after parents of sick children that need assistance when they're away from home and things like that. It's a very good charity, and it's close to me here. I know the people that run it, and for quite a number of years, and I'd like to give a few quid to them. And then obviously the Hurling for Cancer, myself and Jim Mulger, we put in a lot of work over the past couple of years, and we've raised over €1 million for cancer research. So that's not going to go ahead this year. The match itself is not going to go ahead this year, so that will need all the help it can get. So Hurling for Cancer and the Cleanest Foundation are both the charities that I'm going to give the money to.
That's brilliant, and that's a really good reminder, Dave, is it? So many charities missing out on these opportunities, things that would normally be happening, particularly sporting events, to support them. And you and Jim have done great work with that hurling event. So 2 charities there for Davy. Well done with the £10,000 with the jump 10 to follow. Many thanks for your time, Davy. Much appreciated.
I appreciate the chat, Sean. Thanks very much, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
We hope so. We hope so, in happier circumstances, back on the racetrack. Davy Russell there, multiple Grade 1 winning jockey, and good campaign for him yet again, of course, last year. And he won the £10,000 for his charities there. Clionas, Clionas was the first charity that he mentioned there, helping sick children and their families there in Ireland, doing great work, and cancer research in Ireland as well. Tote.co.uk, 10 to follow. You've got a bit of time actually before the deadline. 16th of June, I think it's Ascot, isn't it? So that would be the 16th of June that will kick off. So you've got a bit of time. Do check it out. Substitutions, private leagues, all that sort of stuff as well. And a big prize could be yours as well. We're going to take a break. Back after this.